one more thing, people ask me, are you interfering in our karmas by healing? I tell them no. Actually, when sun rises, sun doesn't interfere the karma of the darkness. Darkness automatically disappears. Same way when the energy is radiated, automatically the karma disappears. One more thing, karma as such has no positive existence. It only has got negative existence. It only has got negative existence. This mic has got positive existence. But the shadow doesn't have positive existence. If you want to move the shadow, you can't do directly anything with shadow. You have to do something with this mic. Same way, karma doesn't have positive existence. Karma, you see, the lightlessness only is called as darkness. Same way, karma is energylessness. That's all. Karma is nothing but energylessness. Lightlessness is darkness. The darkness doesn't have a separate existence. It has no separate existence. Same way, karma is energylessness. Karma doesn't have separate existence. When I say in that area that headache doesn't getting healed, in that area, means the person is not open to you. You have to give some logical reason.
But this karma can be burnt through a healing.
Surely, any karma can be burnt through the healing. Any karma can be burnt through the healing. No doubt about that. Only one thing, understand, the person also needs to be little open for that.
As you said, like one of the Ramans says, if it is in his fate that he is not going to get healed, then even if the energy is closed,
You will surely show the result. There is no such thing as fate, you will not get healed. That is the answer given to the fools who can't believe this science. There are some people who have decided to suffer. For them, you can't do anything. You understand? They have decided to suffer. We can't even interfere with them. Total closeness. Only for them that answer is given. But anybody who is ready to sit in front of you will have the result. When I say I am responsible for that word.
Swamiji, here it is mentioned, he may not be destined to get healed.
The word is wrong. Surely the word is wrong. See one thing, that is not destined to get healed and all, when there is no other word, where we use that word. But there is no such thing as not destined to get healed. Let it be very clear. Only when the person is totally closed, he doesn't want to get healed, then nothing can be done. But if he wants to get healed, that much of openness is more than sufficient. More than enough.
so the person has come to you for asking for help.
Then
how can you
there is nobody who will go without having helped, without being helped.
No, then how can you say that he is actually like, if you are giving the healing, he has come for help, seeking for help, then this statement is closed. How is that?
No, the statement closed means the person who doesn't, many times you tell and they don't want. When they are not interested. In that case only this statement applies.
If they are willing,
Anybody who comes to you, how can they be unwilling? Then why will they come to you? That statement doesn't hold good.
Is karma itself a fear of mind?
Your faith
Is the
on that fear.
yes.
It is not even fear. You see, even fear has got a solid presence. But the karma doesn't have even that much of presence. Your fear on karma, that's all. Your faith on karma, your faith on fear, that's all.
Karma doesn't exist.
Not only it doesn't exist even to the extent depth of fear. See, the fear will go to the depth of even causal body. In causal body also you can be shaken, you can be awakened by fear. For example, if you are sleeping, before sleeping, if a knife is hanging on your head, can you sleep? Even if you sleep every 10 minutes, you will be shaken. So fear can touch up to the causal body, up to your sleep layer. But karma cannot even touch that much. Karma doesn't have even that much of depth.
When
Yes.
we are treating mental dimension,
You can heal. All these things are given here clearly. Here everything is given clearly. Please ask only the questions which is not given.
But sometimes we get this problem between exorcism and mental brain. In some cases.
Being exhausted or mental deranged. Being exhausted is also nothing but mental derangement. Oh, see, both can be healed. Even if this the possessing and possessive being possessed by something also can be healed. Why ghosts possess because you don't use your whole body. Just tell me, when you came by walk only, did you feel the coolness of the ground? No, you wouldn't have felt. Now because I am telling you, you will start thinking. You will not feel. It means what? Even if you have a leg, you are not using it. Because you don't use your whole body. Ghost thinks, after all it is there unused, why not let me go and occupy? So if you start using your whole body completely, you will never be possessed. If you live in present moment, if you live with full awareness, inside your boundary completely, you will not be possessed. But you never use your body. You are using your body as a lodge. You put your luggage and you roam around. Your luggage is there inside your body, but you are somewhere, here and there, here and there, here and there. I can be sure, early morning when you put paste brush in your mouth to brush, you are thinking of office. When you are sitting in the office, thinking of evening vacation, beach. When you are sitting in the beach, you are thinking, when will I go back to the house? If you are here, one thing is sure, you are not here. Then naturally what ghost thinks, after all 40% of place is free, why not go and occupy? It just comes and occupies. Then you say, oh, I am possessed. At least let it use half of the ground. After all you are not using, why don't you rent it? Why not the ghost use? That's all what can be done. Even that can be healed.
Swamiji, after Anandaganda, are we going to be in complete awareness state all the time? So,
As long as you are in Anandaganda, you will be in complete awareness state. Going into Anandaganda, you need your efforts, needs your effort. At least in the initial level. Later on it becomes Sahaja Samadhi. You start staying in the same Samadhi.
so all the time complete awareness.
Yes, you see. Here I am creating like a tunnel. Think of this as a tunnel. Through this, now by initiating you into Anandaganda, from here I create a drill. So through this way you are taken inside. You are made to stay here or rest here. Sometimes some of these engrams, the old engrams, will slowly try to pull you out. Very rarely. But when it tries to pull you out, when your mind moves here and there, don't bother. Again bring it back and put it there. Relax in the same space. Then the more you stay here, these engrams which tries to bring you out will die. The moment all these things dies, you will start staying in Sahaja Samadhi. As long as these few engrams which are left out, only you will be pulled outside again and again. It's like there's a beautiful story Ramakrishna says, the simile. The mungus, they will go and try to hide in their house, inside their hole. The mungus, have you seen the mungus which kills the snakes? Kiri. They go and try to hide in their hole. These village boys, naughty boys, they will put a rope in the tail and tie a stone with it, brick with it. So even if it goes and hides inside the hole, these guys will pull that rope and pull that mungu out of that hole. Like that, even if you go and stay here, these engrams are like bricks. They will try to pull you out. Once you cut that strings, you can stay in your hole itself. And the more you stay here, they all will die down, disappear. Another big question, usual question. Can I go to other masters, other swamis, other things? You are free to do. You have full freedom to go anywhere you want. It is not monopoly. Please be very clear. It's not like a shop. If you come to my shop, don't go to. Nothing like that. I am very clear. I give you all full freedom. You can go wherever you want. And one more thing I tell you, pluck beautiful flowers from all the gardens and make a beautiful garland and wear it. Enjoy. There's nothing wrong plucking beautiful flowers from all the gardens. All I need is enrich your life. That's all. Just make your life more and more blissful, more and more happy. It is not that if you come to me, if you are my disciple, you should not go here, you should not go there. All these things are dirty possessiveness. Dirty possessiveness. You can do Tai Chi or any other yogi, whatever you want, you do. Only thing, measure the technique which you are doing with the scale. Is it making you more blissful? Is it making you more aware? Is it making you more intelligent? Measure with that and use it. Only that, and that also for your safety. Other than that, I don't have any rule. Pluck flowers from all the gardens and make a beautiful garland, wear and enjoy. There is nothing that you should not go here or you should not go there or nothing like that. Live. And one more thing, after all your ego, even if 100 persons are killing it also, it will not die. How do you think it will die by one person? Better let you have 100 blows so that it dies. And it is nothing wrong. Do it all possible ways. Try to grow. And after all, what is the ultimate goal of the life? Growth or bliss. Whatever way it happens, let it happen, that's all.